In this video, you'll learn how to create a customized identity plate. The identity plate appears up here in the upper left-hand side of the module picker, but it's also used over here in the print module and the slideshow module to identify photographs. So let's see how to customize identity plate. Under Lightroom, select Identity Plate Setup. Now on a PC, that would be Edit Identity Plate Setup. And that opens up the identity plate editor shown here. I'm going to create a text identity plate. That's the simplest way to go. And I just make sure that this option is selected, use a styled text identity plate, and then I just type in the text box like that. Notice that I have a choice of fonts, styles, and size, but I also have a choice of fonts, styles, and size for the other words in the module picker. I suggest that you make sure that they are at least complementary if you change them. You can also change the color of the text here with the color picker, and you can change the color of the other text in the module picker here. Notice there's two color swatches though. One color is when the text is highlighted, and the other color is when it's not highlighted. Okay, so that's how you create a text identity plate. In order to save it, you come up here and select Save As, give it a name, and select Save. Now it'll appear here. All right, so you can also use a graphical identity plate. And it's very simple to either drag the image into this space right here, or locate the file like this and then simply place it that way. Now the only restrictions you have on the graphical identity plate is on a Mac they can't be more than 57 pixels high, on Windows 46 pixels high. Just about any file format is acceptable, even PNG. So if you're using a Mac, you have a little bit more control over the way the text is placed on the identity plate. For example, I want to add another line to the identity plate. So in order to do that, I need to hold down the Option key and then Return. I'm going to type in my email address, and you're going to see why I'm doing this in a second. You can't see the text very well there, but it's showing up. It's down there. Okay. So this text that I've just typed in will not show up here in the module picker, but it will show up either in the slideshow module or the print module, and I'll show you that in just a second. So once I've done that, I'm going to create another identity plate, and you can create as many identity plates as you want for all kinds of purposes, and I'll say with email address and save. All right, so let me go back to my original text identity plate. I want this to appear in the upper left-hand corner instead of the Adobe Photoshop Lightroom 5 text. In order for that to happen, all I have to do is click here, Enable Identity Plate. And notice even this one here that has two lines, it will only display the one line in the module picker. All right, so I'm pretty much set. I've got my name, I've got my fonts, the styles, the size. I'm going to select OK now. Let me show you what I mean about having that second line and how that can be useful. I'm going to go over to the print module, and I'm going to select Identity Plate, and now I want to open up the one with the email address. Now you can see this can be placed over a print if I want to add just a little more information. So it can be very useful. And once again, I do want to emphasize that you can have as many identity plates as you want, and they'll show up whenever you select it here. So it's that simple to personalize your copy of Lightroom by placing an identity plate of your own in the upper left-hand corner, and also can be very useful for in the print module and in the slideshow module to have various identity plates to be used to identify your pictures. So that's how you create a customized identity plate in Lightroom.